Hello, boys and girls. Today is November 5th, and it's Thursday, and this is our grammar lesson today. So, for today's lesson, if you have a board right there that you can grab easily, you can use a board if you want. You don't need to have it today, but if you want to, just to write a couple words, you could do it with me. Okay, and then also you need your adding ES page. And the back is like this, and you can see you're going to need scissors and a glue stick. So if you need to get a scissors and glue, pause me so you can get that. Okay, all right, so we are going to start with just looking at my board, and if you have a board, you can do it with me. So today we're going to learn about nouns again, and we're going to learn how to make them plural like we did the other day, but we're going to add something new. So, first of all, what is a noun? Do you remember? Right, person, place, or thing. And animals are things. All right, so on my board, I'm going to write a thing. And let's do, my go-tos are animals. I love animals. Cat. So if you have your board, you can write cat. And then I want you to make it plural. Plural means more than one. So if you don't have your board, or if you do have your board, tell me, what do I need on my word to make it plural? Think I heard a Y? No. I heard you say an S. Cats. Right. Okay, and that's what we've been learning, so we know that pretty well. Now we're going to do a new noun. So if you have your board, I want you to write box. Box. How's that? X. We talked a little bit about this on our last lesson. Okay, so box. That X ends with that sound. So if we want to make it plural, if I try to put an S, and if you have your board, you can put an S. Let's try to read that. Box. Box. That doesn't sound right. So if I have one box, or if I have two box, what do we say? I have two boxes. Boxes, es. That's an ES. Almost didn't leave myself room. Boxes. That still means that it's plural, and it means more than one. But all I had to do was add an ES instead of an S. So that's because it ended in that X, and that X has that X sound. So what about a word that has the sound that ends with an S? Let's try mess. So if we say, I made a big mess in my room. There's our short E. Mess. Double final consonant. Yes, we need two S's. Okay, so if we say, I made a big mess in my room. And I say, my sister also made a big mess in her room. So we have two big messes. Messes. If I put just an S to make it plural, look at that word. It has three S's. That can't happen. So, two big messes, we need the ES. Messes. So, to make it plural, this one needed an ES because it ends with an S. That's why. Because if we stuck like the word bus has one S. It doesn't have the double final consonant. And if I wanted to say buses and I put one more S, that just looks like bus with a double final consonant, right? So that's why we have to do the ES. Buses. And you can hear it when you say it. Buses. Buses. Okay. So I'm going to show you something. So this little poster says, add ES to nouns that end in S and X. So like dress ends with the double S, but it ends with that S. So then you have to say dresses. You have to put the ES. There's two dresses. And then X, and X ends with that X. So you have to put ES, X's. And there are a couple other words that works with. If I have a word, let's write, I guess we could do bush. There's a bush in front of my house that I have to trim. So, bush. Or it grows really big, and so we have to trim it. But I don't just have one bush. I have 2, 3 bushes. Bushes. That SH, again, makes me have to do the ES. So, because it's bush, we can't really go bushes, bushes. We say bushes. I have 3 bushes in front of my house. So, SH2 is another one that you have to put in ES to make it plural. SH, but it works also with CH. So let's look at one of those. I know everybody, when you come to school, your favorite part of the day is when we go to lunch. Lunch. That ends with that ch. So at school, you're here 2 days, so you get to eat 2 lunches when you're at school. So lunches, or do I say lunches? Lunches, yes. That one has, whoop, my S looks funny. That one you also need ES with the CH. Lunches. Okay, so I have another poster that shows that. So we also add ES to nouns that end in CH and SH. And they showed branch, like a branch on a tree, branches for more than one, for plural. And then brush with an SH, brushes means more than one, ES. Okay, that seemed like a lot, but let me show, I'll break it down for you. So if a word ends in X, and there's not a lot of words that end in X. If it ends in an S, this is a noun. If a noun ends in X, or an S, or a CH, or an SH. Those are the words that you would add ES to make it plural. Those kind of words, those kind of nouns need an ES to make it plural. Okay, so now we have to do this side first, because on this side we're going to be cutting, and it's going to cut our pictures off. So if you're going to color, if you want to color these, you might want to pause me and do that first if you wanted to color your pictures, because you're going to be cutting those off and gluing it back here. I meant for this side to be the other way around, so it would cut off this side, but it didn't work that way. So we have to cut off our pictures. So we're going to do this side first. and I have it up here. Now this is that one thing on my smartboard doesn't always work for me. We'll see. So what we have to do is we're going to add we're going to make them plural. And I think most of them we are going to have to add ES, maybe all of them. Okay, so we need to remember, I'm going to write over here what we need to remember for the endings. If it ends in an X, if it ends in an S, or a CH, or an SH. If it ends in those, we have to add ES, right? Make it a little fatter. Okay, so box. Oh, we did box. Box ends in an X, so what do we need to make a plural? ES. So we're going to write boxes. Box, and then ES. Boxes. Can you read that word? Use that to help you. What kind of a ball is that? Beach, right? The EA says E in that one. We learned that it can say this week too, or last week. So beach, that ends with the CH, so we need an ES. So we write beach, and it's right here for you to look at. So make sure you spell it right. Beach. We'll say beaches. Means more than one. Like I've been to 3 beaches in my life. I'm gonna make these fatter. Okay, the next one is a brush. Yes, that ends in SH, so we need ES. Brushes. Glass, we add an ES. Glasses, because that one ends in an S. Bunch, like a bunch of grapes. Bunches, bunches, yes, because CH we have to add the ES again. Looks like maybe we're going to add ES to all of these. What do you think? Bunch as bunches. Kiss, that was one of our spelling words, wasn't it? When we had short I. Kiss, it ends with S, so do we need an ES? Yes, we do, don't we? Because if we didn't, we would have 3 S's in a row. That would be silly. So kisses. Kisses. Watch ends with the CH, so we need the ES. Watches. ES. Bus, we said we did that when we looked at that one. Ends with an S, so it needs an S, buses. We have lots of buses that come to our school. And then we have fox. So we need, it has an X, so it needs ES, foxes. Okay, then at the bottom, it just reminds you what we were talking about. Add ES to words ending in CH, SH, S, and SS. They both end in S. X, and then it says or Z. So if a word ends in Z, you have to add ES. You hardly ever see words that end in Z. Let's see, in a noun form, I can think of a verb form. But, yeah, I don't know, fuzz, fuzzes, no, that's not really. But if it ends in a Z, you would add ES also. Okay, so what I want you to do to check your work, we have to get used to checking our work. I want you to go back up and just make sure you have an ES on the end of each word. Just look at each one. And if you don't, make sure you fix it. Okay, so we have boxes, beaches, brushes, glasses, bunches, kisses, watches, buses, foxes. All plural nouns, more than one. Okay, now it's time for the other side where we're going to cut and glue. And this is something different we've been looking at. I'm going to make mine a little bit smaller. I'm going to run over to my computer and just make it smaller so you can see the whole thing. You get your scissors and glue ready. So this is, we're actually not doing the nouns in this, plural nouns. Remember, we've also talked about when we make contractions with is. So if we look down here, that is where our contractions are. So we have whose, and that means, whose means who is. That part is who is. So it's made up of these two words, who is, whose. Okay, and then the second one is she's, so that means she is, like she's my friend, she is. And then the next one is it's, that means it is. And my T looks kind of funny. Okay, and then the last one is he's, which means he is. He's means he is. So I want you to cut off that strip, and then I want you to cut out each box, a rectangle. So pause me and get these 4 words cut out, and then unpause me. Okay, so now we're going to read our sentences, and we have to figure out which word goes into each box. So we're going to glue the words you cut out into these. Okay, so the first one says, it is a bright red leaf. It is. Well, what does it is? What is that contraction? If we make it a contraction, What does that become? It is a bright red leaf. It is which one of these? Tell me which word. Yes, hopefully you said it's. It is means it's. So now we're going to put it's right here. It's a bright red leaf. That's the same thing as it is. It's. I'm going to go ahead and write it since I can't glue it on my board. So you're putting it's right here. You just need a little tiny bit of glue in there. She is going to the pumpkin patch. She is, which one? Whose? She's. We already used that one. He's. She is. Right, it's she's. So you're going to glue she's right here. She apostrophe S. Okay. Sully says he is coming today. He is becomes what? Whose, she's, it's, or he's. Right. He's, right. Sully says he's coming today. Has that apostrophe S. And who is ready for cider? Blank, ready for cider. Who is? Okay. Who is becomes whose, she's, it's, or he's. Who is becomes whose. So now it's who's ready for cider. Glue it there. Okay, so now we have it's a bright red leaf. She's going to the pumpkin patch. Sully says he's coming today. Who's ready for cider? Those are your is contractions. Pause me if you need to get caught up. Okay. All right. So remember, we went over our is contractions today and our plural nouns. We have big words we're learning about. Okay. So, super job. Send your picture into your teacher or bring it to school, and I will see you tomorrow, and it will be Friday. Bye.